Hi guys, Lee Gettess here with the Market Sense for the week of March 27th, 2018. The charts in this presentation are provided to us by Gettess in their Trade Navigator software. And we're looking at a weekly bond market chart here. Kind of amazing how, despite the Fed continuing to raise rates, they're sort of grinding their way up off of the low, kind of fighting the Fed. They still could go a lot further. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't bumped a little further, but at this point, the support this week should have been roughly the 144 area, right at this middle moving average. And as you can see, they didn't quite get down to that before taking off. The next upside target is right around 146 here, and I've been expecting they would go above 148 and test the lows of this sideways back here last year. I still think they might do that. They don't have to do it this week, but that still might be what they're doing at minimum in the long run. There is a lot of supply from the Treasury this week. That is, they're auctioning a lot of debt instruments, 7-year bonds and longer term. It went pretty well Tuesday, but they go through Thursday, so we'll see. If the rest of the world stops buying U.S. debt, that would be a really bad thing, both for the country and for this market. But we'll see how that turns out. Stocks, last week I was looking for them to hold to continue up at either of these support areas, which they have not done, and that does look kind of bad. However, it's really just all part of a big sideways pattern. Nothing really horrible has happened here yet, but it might. When you see a spike low like this, when a market spikes down and then takes back off and leaves this really lonely low down here all by itself, it normally doesn't stay quite that naked. They usually have to at least go back and test it. Doesn't mean they have to take it out, although they often do, but they should at least come close to it and go sniff around like an old hound dog, see what they did. If last week, if this moved down that we have not gone through yet this week, if that's the test, they're going to be at new highs really soon. Now, this week so far, we have a warning sign that might not be the case because the resistance was, well, let's call it 2667, that lower moving average right there, the red line right in that area there. They've been about 12 ticks through it, 12 points through it, but I mean, come on, look at the volatility. That's nothing. If they hold that, then, it sure looks like they're going back down to test this lows, which again would be fine. That's what a market tends to do. They could hold just above it, which would be a rather bullish setup. And of course, they still could turn around this week, but they appear to be holding the resistance here. If they can get through that, we're looking at 27.21 here at the middle moving average and possibly even 27.85 up here. But otherwise, they certainly look like support is the goal this week. And do they find it? Do they not take out that? Do they make it down here to test the low, or do they take out the low? That's the big challenge for the week. But again, so far nothing has happened, and going back down to this low would not be the end of the world at all. So that's what we've got for you today. I hope you can find something profitable.